Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to start a 360 Tarot live reading. Thank you very much for being here, your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity and responsibility as well. Let's get started with the reading for today for this current week or moon quarter, which they are the same thing. And happy Scorpio season. The sun is now transiting into the 8th house, so we are about to fixate our attention, actions and expressions in our fixed emotions, fixed feelings, fixed dreams, illusions, fixed nightmares, fixed desires and fixed passions, motivations, angers and frustrations that are more internally. And right now, the moon is in Libra and the sun was in Libra and it still is in the cusp, right, of Libra and Scorpio, and then the moon will be new moon in Scorpio. And we can treat this moon kind of as a new moon, not really, because we already have that new moon, so this new moon is less new, is less clear, because it's still cleaning, it's still waning from the moon cycle, the previous moon cycle, so it's not completely empty, clean and free. But hi Miss Daria, hi Daria, welcome to the live stream. But you can treat it as a new moon in Libra or new moon in cusp energy. But if you want to call it a real new moon, is only when the moon itself will be cusping as well, the 7th and 8th house, aka the Libra and Scorpio constellations. Okay, so this is today's energies. Sun in Libra and Scorpio, moon in Libra, so we are feeling more light, we are feeling more open, and we are creating new ideas and feelings in order to connect and communicate our light, gullible and new ways to think and communicate about our deep desires, deep motivations and deep traumas or moments of transformation where you claim your power. And I want to say that when it comes to the sun going into Scorpio and we are dealing with all those passions and motivations, angers and frustrations, that is going to be very internal and strategical and perhaps manipulative, but it's going to be intense. Okay, it's the feminine, internal, receptive and containing side of Mars. Okay, and Mars, many people associate Mars with the blood, but I associate Mars with the movement of the blood, or the force that you use to move the blood and the force that the moving blood creates as well. All right, because you have then many type of diseases that come from insufficient or too much blood flow in a certain area. Okay, you might be pumping too much blood, or you might be pumping with too much power blood to a certain area, and it's actually damaging those tissues. So keep that in mind. All right. So let's take a card for today's energies in general, and then we go straight into the reading. Let's go. Como é que está? Bom, perfeito? Remember, you can ask one card for yourself and one card from our normal regular deck, and then another card from our Dragon Oracle deck for 10 euros and 20 euros as it is on the screen. Oh, and by the way, we have to use that email which is not there. Hold on. Perfect. All right. Shout out to my soul group and to everybody out there changing the world right now by being themselves and by showing to the world that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. Remember, you can book a tarot, an astro, a dream, a life path, a life path number and psychic number reading with me. You can also check my gaming content. You can also ask Daria for clothing, paintings, sculptures. I also do paintings. And you can also check Daria, Daria, which she is known as Mystaria in the gaming a side of things, and you can check all of that and contact me and Daria using the links in the description down below, and leave a like if you like the video. And let's get into today's energies reading. Just one simple card, Sun in Libra / Scorpio, or we should say Sun in Scorpio / Libra, because the Scorpio energy, it's new, it's recent, so our spirits are also inclined to pay attention to new things, to fresher things, to things that they might not be new. It might not be your first time experiencing it, but you don't experience it for a long time, you know? So it's kind of more exciting than the thing that you are already experiencing for 30 days, aka Libra season, aka the 7th house. Ooh, we got a card for today. Ooh, beautiful. 9 of Swords. Alright, so the card of today is the 9 of Swords. Oh, beautiful, look at that. Beautiful card. Right? So, Canis Minor, 9 of Swords. What does that mean? It means that we have the opportunity to be wise, to elevate. Hold on, I have some air. It needs to be elevated from my lower chakras to my higher chakras, so it can be expelled. It's perturbing the well-functioning of the beings inside of me, aka organs and cells and blood. So the 9 of Swords represents that we can be wise, or you should be wise, or you have to be wise, and elevate how you think, communicate, analyze, and see the world, and tell others about the world in a real, logical, and away from your feelings and emotions way of thinking and communicating and seeing the world, okay? Away from those feelings and emotions, away from those things that hold you down, that you have to kind of wait for others, or you don't know what others feeling, so you need to be careful, okay? You have to be more realistic, but also wise, okay? You can be realistic without hurting others, but if just by you being real you are hurting others, it's kind of not your responsibility. That's also how the shadow government manipulates a lot of people, by like using those wise air energies, which is like, well, we see that they lost, but they're not really complaining about it, so we just let gun it pass, you know? And we keep talking, we keep doing our thing in a real sophisticated and wise way, and we don't need to uphold any responsibilities, because the other hand is not really upholding responsibilities as well. Alright, so we can be more wise. You can be, instead of you being wise with this energy, you can just have this gift, this really powerful way of thinking and communicating, and you can put yourself or others in a, like, you can make something bad look good. You can talk too good for yourself. You can put yourself into situations that you really don't need to be in, but you talked so good, you swiped right in there. It fit like a glove, the words and the ideas and how you put them and the timing, but then they lead you into a situation that you really don't want to be in. You prefer to be at home, chilling, playing some video games, watching this live stream, right? But that's the negative side. In general, this is a great energy because it allows us to go away, separate from lower states of thinking and communicating. You might be even thinking about the same thing, but now in a more lighter way, more exciting, wiser way. Or you really switch what you're thinking about. You were thinking about the bills or something, and now you're thinking about the next step on your business that will allow you to pay better the bills without having to struggle so much. You know what I'm saying? Just elevating, being more wise. Either the way you do it or what you're thinking and communicating about can become more wise and elevated. And wise and elevation also always means some degree of separation, some degree of organization, some degree of analyzing and observing, and not be too much enveloped and developed in the lower feelings and emotions. That's also important. We also need that. But by you being born in this world, by default means you were lost in those things. So in this world, in this existence, in right now, 90%, 9 out of 10 times, it's better, or it means elevation and lightness to be detached a little bit from those things. But that's in this world. But in other worlds, that might be the lostness. You know what I'm saying? So, but in general, I think, okay, this is just me hypothesizing, me creating a theory. I think that there are more lower worlds than worlds that are more detached, because that's how you create worlds. You get lost in a desire with other spirits, and that creates accumulation, density, and what we call gravity. So you all become a bit lost. You are trying to be yourself. You are trying to see what we are creating at the same time in your own way, but you kind of get lost in other spirits' ways to be and see. But guess what? They lost in all those ways as well. You know, that's why sometimes it's really, you really need that Messiah spirit, which is just a spirit that is more aware. That spirit is like, hey, I was lost and everybody is still lost, but I'm less lost. So let me show the way to be less lost, so we can really be yourselves in this world. And that's always the duality of existence. Always, you go into the world, you get lost, you have to be yourself, and that's always that fight. Be yourself while being lost in that world. But that's the balance, that's the perfection. That's what spirituality really means. Know how to be lost in your desires. Because if you know how to be lost, you're not really lost. You're just enjoying, you're just soaking in and absorbing all those good vibes. Because that's the main point of existence. Getting some good vibes, some good spaces. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we make these readings as well. So you can direct your awareness, your attention, your ideas and your feelings and your actions and your reactions and your not actions. Sometimes you just gotta don't do anything, just observe. You know how to direct those things. Alright? So for everybody and every spirit watching right now that is not familiar with this reading, I will make a brief explanation so everybody is up to par. So I call this reading the 12th house reading, but in reality it's 13 houses. It's not 12, but the house that is the first house in our reading, which we start, it's the house number 0, because it represents your spirit, your space, no thing. Your spirit as yet creating no thing at that point, but just a vibration, just an awareness. And then the first house and the second house is your spirit developing an awareness in a specific area. But first, your spirit develops an awareness about itself, then about the things around it. Other spirits, other creations, your thoughts, your feelings, images about yourself, which is basically the first, 4th, 7th, and 10th house, the cardinal houses, because all existence starts with an awareness. You were unaware, you didn't exist. You got aware, you exist now. So the cardinal signs always represents basically spirituality, starting creating an awareness, and that always is also creating an awareness about yourself. That's how every existence, how every spirit came to be. It became aware of itself. Right? So, in the first house, you create a vision about yourself, about your actions, about your personal natures that you enjoy more. On the 4th house, you create an image about yourself and the other spirits that you let come real close to you. Then on the 7th house, you create an image about yourself, the spirits that are real close to you, and the spirits around that space. So you can bring the spirits close to you to pleasant spaces and get in there also some good spirits that are not so close yet, but that they can be. And then on the 10th house, you create an image about how you see yourself, about how the close ones see you, about how the surroundings see you, And in the 10th, and then that's why it's Earth. It's a lot of accumulation, it's a lot of awarenesses, a lot of bubbles, a lot of memories, a lot of density. And then all of that plus how the world looks at you. Do I look organized? Do I look stable? Do I look how I know how to use my spiritual powers to manifest? So it's a lot of things, and you can get lost in that awareness, but it's still the creation of a new awareness. That's what the cardinal energy means, okay? But the cardinal houses just represents your genesis, basically. When you created an awareness of yourself, and then you create things that mimic that awareness. Basically, you're just trying to experience yourself to the fullest degree. All right? So that's the house number 0. That's where we start. It represents how basically the space your spirit is in. How is your spirit seeing its current space? Does it like it? Does it want to leave? Does it want to stay there? What it wants to build there? It wants to build a tower, a tall tower, a tower made of diamonds, a tower with some farms around it, and then we know that's the intention. And then the 12th houses, his 12 versions, right? New spaces that you can go in. Okay? But then you have to always remember, you are in a world. So other spirits can come into your space or near your space as well. So you will infinitely share these spaces with other spirits. So when we pull a card for all the houses, that can also represent spirits come into contact with you. But in the house number 0, it's always about you. Okay? Boom. Then, right before we're going to do the reading, this reading can be applied to you, can be a personalized reading for you, but we're going to make this reading about the spirit of the being that we live in right now. Because you came here following that spirit, and many people in this world are still following that spirit. So if we know what that spirit is doing, we know what 90% of the world is doing because they're still following it. Right? So if that spirit is looking for validation, many people will be looking for validation. If that spirit is fighting against the desires, many people will be fighting against the desires. And then you have to, if the spirit we live in is fighting against the desires, whoever runs the world right now can use that because they receive that information first. Because 90% of the world is looking down, and whoever runs the world, me, Daria, my SoulGroup, Dolo the Pilot Man, the Peace Dealer, we are looking at the stars. So we receive the same information at the same time that whoever runs the world receives as well. And then if the spirit is fighting for their desires, they're gonna take that information, and 90% of the world doesn't know that. Okay, so we're gonna make this and we're gonna transform it so now you guys fight against us. Because their spirits will jump into that, fight for our desires or against our desires. Because the spirit that we live in is doing that. But whoever is giving you information has the power to change that. That's why you should get it by yourself. Yeah. Okay? So in general, television, entertainment, business, politics, gossip is not to destroy you. It cannot destroy you. It can only distract you. Distract. Getting you out of your tract. Out of your way. You're not on your way anymore. Alright? So, and then you are not receiving and changing, going through the shifts that we all going. I mean, you are, but you don't know it because your mind is somewhere else. It's not on your space. So you don't know what your space is going through. So whoever knows that can take what you naturally gonna do, which is what the spirit we live in is doing. So if it's fighting against their desires, you will be fighting against their desires as well. And whoever is running the world can take a desire, any desire, and make you fight against that because you're already into that space, because the spirit we live in is already into that space and you follow it. And then they can benefit from that because they're directing, they're operating that instead of you doing that by yourself. Okay? But that's another layer. Okay? Here, on this reading, we just know what's going on. And then you you use it. You're aware of it, you do it. All right? So let's start with the house number 0, the house of uniqueness, originality, the first awarenesses, the Genesis. That's why the Genesis is the first book of the Bible, because the Bible represents ways to create different types of awarenesses. But if it represents that, it also represents how every spirit creates an awareness by default, aka Genesis. Let's go. The first house. From today, the sun, until the next Saturday, the sun will be in Scorpio. We're going to have a new moon. You're going to change seasons, going to fixed water, fixed autumn, fixed fall of the ego, fixed fall of pleasure. But fall of pleasure means actually potentially more pleasure. All right? Fall of your relationships, so relationships that are not deep, relationships that are not spiritual ships might fall, and that's actually for your benefit. All right? A lot of transformation, winter, okay, separation, but that brings more space, more awareness, more time with yourself, and better, stronger relationships around yourself. All right, we have the first card. Boom, mutable air, Prince of Swords. Right, so the spirit that created the body that we live in right now, just like your spirit created this body, and we have many different beings living within you, it's the same for us. And it's the same for the being that we live in as well. It's always like that, just bigger and wider and wiser. So, the spirit that we live in right now is looking for or already doing, okay, this, which is creating a new way to think and communicate in a way that it can connect and associate with others in a light, detached way. Okay? So, our spirit, at least for this moon quarter, the spirit that we live in is getting a bit smarter. It still wants to connect, it still wants to party, but with space. I'm not attaching too much. I might even play some games with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we all doing, or in general, what 90% of the world will be doing. Creating a new external way to communicate, think, analyze, socialize, and associate that is detached, kind of cold, dry, logical. And in this world, it's kind of good because many people lost in non-logical, non-dry, wetty, juicy, muddy situations, feelings, and emotions. Prince of Swords, there we go. In the house number 0, this is the focus. This is what will manifest your life scenarios. People, places, things, energies, feelings, bumps, asking you money on the street. Will be a bit smarter. Okay, so how is this affecting the 90% of the world? Personality, personal interests, personal insecurities, and personal issues right now during this moon quarter. Oh, let's go. The sun. Okay, so people might be exposing themselves. People might be exposing others' insecurities, personal interests, personal situations. And if you flunked out, if you lost in the world, that will feel bad. Because that will show yourself and others that you lack individuality. You're just following somebody else. Alright? But if you are already on your own space or on your own path, you can receive more attention about things that you are really personally invested into. Alright? Or you can just be relating on a personal level with egotistical people, or you might just be exposed as an egotistical or a narcissistical person. Because the sun is a star. That's why it's after the star in the sun. But first, for you to understand what the sun is, you have to understand what the star is, because the sun is a star. The sun is a specific star. But the sun, this energy is exalted in the first house. So even though you might receive some hate, you might receive some shade, you will receive attention. And it's always good to receive attention in your personal life because, yeah, it's always, yeah, you're gonna feel your presence. Others gonna feel your presence. If you feel connected with somebody, you can feel more. That if you see that person as an individual, you can feel more connected and feel more fiery. Okay, but if you're not, okay, you can feel you might feel burned. You might feel others shining above you. That means you were not having a personal, unique business. You were doing your first house too much like the seventh house, and that's also where 90% of the world is lost. They too relatable. They too superficial. They too. That's nothing wrong with that. We gotta be like that, but they are too logical and left-brained. All right. They forgot about the subconscious realm. They forgot about the internal realm, and that ain't cool. Let's go to the second house. How is we creating new, smarter ways to associate, relate, and communicate will affect our values, how we value ourselves, how we value the world, and how we think the world values our gifts and talents. Oh, we have an infiltrator over here, so this might infiltrate. Yeah, Ten of Swords, thinking too much, talking too much, other people thinking too much and talking too much about you and your business and your values might perturb and cloud how you value yourself, the world, and how you think the world values you. But that's just a little of a stumble. That's not the main focus. All right. Oh yeah, more flippity flops. But we don't want to focus on that. Yeah, because the main focus is that mutable air, so it's super scattered, okay, super light. More, okay. Air. Okay, we got one card for the second house. Three of Swords. Okay, so we creating or completing a new mental awareness. We becoming aware of what is being thought and communicated about our values, our gifts, and our talents, and about how we think and communicate about what others values. If you like a certain football team, you can be aware of how others think that you about how you express why that team is the best team. You know what I'm saying? It's air, man. It's you think, or you can be aware of how others think that you think about. No, you can. Okay, that's also a way. But coming back to what I was first saying is, you can be aware of what others are thinking and communicating about how you communicate why and what you value. Like that football team is the best because they get the best forward. You can be aware of what others think about you thinking that team has the best forward. You know? Ooh, the fucking air, man.
Fucking air. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about this.
Sheesh. Sheesh.
Sometimes air signs think too much, and that might not be true.
Yeah, true.
How others think.
So this, like, you can be aware of. Imagine you are doing something. You selling paintings. So you can be aware of others that are talking about your paintings, or others can be aware of you because you communicating about your paintings. It can be that as well. Or you can be aware that others talking shit about something that you value. You know what I'm saying? And you have to stay, you got to be fixed on your own core set of values. Alright? Taurus. So let's go into the third house. How we creating a new way to think, communicate, socialize, and associate that is more scattered, dry, cold, and distant is, but also, yeah, light. Did I say light? Is affecting our surroundings and people, places and things in it. In it, mate? Two card? No, we want one card. I feel like grabbing a burger now.
That's for me.
Oh, let's go. We have 8 of Wands. Okay, so we have 2 scenarios over here. You might feel stuck in a feeling, imagination, or creative outlet. You might feel that the people, places, and things in your surroundings, the things they talk about, the things that you always communicate about, the things that they care about, is always the same, come from or make you feel, imagine, and be creative about the same thing. So you can feel stuck in a spiritual loop, in spiritual conversations, in spiritual interactions in your surroundings, or you can feel supported, comfortable, and that you already know something, and you already are experienced and wise in communicating, thinking, and associating your spirituality, creativity, visions, and imaginations in your surroundings. So you can be spiritually stuck in your surroundings, or you can feel spiritually wise and powerful in communicating your spirituality to your surroundings. Okay? I feel good about that. I like that one. It's like stability and spirituality in a wide space. That's cool. Let's go into the 4th house. House of privacy, your heart space, where you grow your seeds. So how we creating a new way to think, communicate, and associate in a more distant, cold, and light way is affecting our private house, our private greenhouse, and the people and energies that you let into your bedroom, metaphysically and realistically. Because you don't allow many people into your room. Like, for real, you know what I'm saying? If you do, they better be special. Alright, Daro. Oh, no, two cards. We just want one card. We just want one card. 4th house. Mutable air, Prince of Swords. Don't be too open about that part of your life. Alright? Don't be too open about that part of your life. Oh, you got one card over here. Justice. Libra. Okay? So you gotta look for balance. You gotta make sure others, at least it's your responsibility to show others in that area of your life that you know your values. Okay? Because they might be using you because you never be like, I know my worth and I know you're not paying enough for this value. So things gotta change right now. Because if you never say it, others can keep using you cheaply and you're super valuable. But if you never say it, they can get with a free pass. They don't get their hands dirty. But if you open up and communicate and they want to act in the same way, now they have to get their hands dirty. Now they are all blood in their hands, and you and other spirits and other people can see those people doing you bad. They're really dirty motherfuckers. They're really stinky ass motherfuckers. Okay? Because you claimed your power, you claimed your justice. You be like, hey, I value $1 million. Okay? So you ain't touching this. You ain't having this if you're not paying the $1 million, and be like, oh babe, but I changed the tire of your car, so let me get you for $5. And you be like, nah, you're really cheesy, man. You're really smelly. And then if they don't want to pay the $1 million for you, they ain't worth it. They shouldn't be in this space. Because Cancer squares Libra. Alright? So this is something that we all gotta learn just by being alive in this world, to be more smart, to be less emotional, but to still care and relate about our private life. But you gotta be smart. You gotta choose. You gotta see your value. You gotta weight your value and their value before you even think about them coming in. Before you even start to connect, you gotta be like, this person they value $10. My value is $10, perfect. Oh, my value is $1,000,000,000. Their value is 50 cents. Oh yeah, let's have 30 childs. No, that's dumb. You know what I'm saying? You know? And that's really dumb. I'm not saying it's dumb like academically or mathematically, or you don't know the capital of Georgia or something like that. No. It's just like, why you bring somebody into your fucking bedroom physically and metaphysically? Why you show them all your first emotions and feelings if they don't even value you? They don't even care about you. They don't even, like, you value $1,000,000,000 and they value 50 cents. So everybody can buy them, everybody can have them, and they think they can have everybody. But they can have you. They don't know how to handle 1,000,000 diamond. They're gonna sell you for crack. They're gonna sell you from some cheap ass kush down the street. No, that can't be. And what I'm saying, you gotta, especially in these 4,000, especially because the spirit we are in is also be like, hey, he's starting to make sense out of shit. He's starting to be more realistic about its association. So it's like, no, if I'm connecting deeply with you, if I'm creating a deep relationship with you, you gotta know my value. You gotta know that I value myself, and I gotta know your value. I gotta know you value yourself, and you ain't getting less than that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the 5th house. House of entertainment, attention, pleasure, happiness, and excitement. And we are creating a new way to think, communicate, socialize, and associate with others in a more cold, logical, distant way. So how is those spaces manifesting into your life via entertainment, attention, and being fixed on your own visions and the things that make you feel entertained and enjoyed? We have a flip, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so you wanting to raise your physical situation might perturb or might make you forget about you raising your spiritual situation first. Because if you don't have a high spiritual stand, your business cannot be high as well. Let's go. Cardinal Earth, Prince of Pentacles. So you have the power to create new businesses, to create new ways to be and feel stable. You have the power to create new ways to achieve security and stability in your life. But you have to do it, you have to direct it, you have to choose a space where to give this, okay? So you might be giving this new grand physical support, okay? You might be giving this to the wrong entertainment, to people that pay you attention and makes you feel validated by the wrong things. All right? So make sure you are giving great physical, financial, situational support to people that feel entertained by you and that they like to pay attention to you, not to the things, or not only to the things that you have going on you as well. Okay? Let's go into the 6th house, house of work, routine, pattern, organization, and health issues. We are creating, or we are more inclined to be creating new external ways to think, communicate, and socialize. How is that affecting our work, routine, patterns, organizations, and health issues? How? Tell me how. Tell me how. Ooh, scatteredness. Yeah, because mutable air is Gemini, and Gemini squares Virgo, which is represented also by the 6th house. Whew. A lot of thoughts and feelings, and it's not going to feel good picking them up, but you gotta to pick them up and bring your shit together, you know. so much scatterness. Damn. Okay. It's also because of the new moon as well. You might not feel very motivated, charged to be on point, to be consistent, to do some things over and over again.
And it's Nine of Cups there.
Hmm?
Nine of Cups.
Where?
The one you picked up. Not before that one.
All right. A lot of scatterness. You might not feel a lot of energy in this area. You might just want to think and talk about it instead of really doing it and being committed. And then you just got tired because you spent so much time and energy getting your shit together. Damn, I felt that right now. You gotta be focused, you gotta be motivated, and you gotta have a clear goal, vision, mind of all possibilities and what you want to do in that space. For the 6th house, freaking Mercury. All of that process, you're gonna be like, bro, I can take shit and make gold. I can take thorns and make a blunt. I can take vampires and make some real good sushi. You know what I'm saying? That's Mercury. Fucking Joker. I'm the Joker, but I'm the true king. I'm the Joker, but I've been throwing spells to the king and I control the king in the real shadow realm. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can be seen as a fool, but you're using everybody that is giving you all the laughs and all the hate. You're using all of that to manifest the real good shit for your life. If you know what you're doing. You're the magician, bro. Wingardium fucking Leviosa. Right? Make shit float. Bombarda. Blow up some shit. You can do it. You the wand. Do you want the wand? Or are you wanking your wand? Hand, wand, want, your wand. If you waver your wand in a certain way, and if you say a certain spell, if you have a certain intention, aka frequency and vibration, aka sound, aka spell, you can make certain shit happen. But if you say Wingardium Leviosa, if you do Wingardium Leviosa, don't expect shit to explode. And if you do Bombarda, don't expect shit to levitate. Right? You gotta know what you're doing, gotta know what magic you're practicing. And you gotta go through the moon cycles, reflect, and learn about what are you creating, what are you not creating, aka manifesting. And then you gotta study and analyze your magic. Okay, this is moon in this sign. I manifested this. My intention was that. My manifestations match my intention? Yes or no? In each degree, in each ways. So my magic is working in this way. And do I like it? Do I enjoy it? Do I adjust it? Do I tweak it? Do I let it be? Do I be fixed? Do I be cardinal? Do I be mutable? Do I associate it with others? Do I be more hermit-like? That's why I'm here on this channel as well, right? To give you heads up and to tell you what's going on so you can do your things in the best way. Alright, let's go into the 7th house. Creating new relationships, expressing your values, and relating your values and relating to others' values to what others value as well. Alright? So we are creating a new way to think, communicate, and socialize. How is that affecting our relationships? and our values, and how we value others, and how we want to value what others value as well. It is reversed Eight of Cups. You stuck, you swirling around in the wrong feelings, you're going too deep in the wrong relationships, you caring too much about the wrong people, places, or things, or somebody else is swirling into your vortex, is getting fixed on you, is getting attached to you, and it's not beneficial to you, or you just misunderstanding. You might feel emotionally stuck, and you actually have emotional support, and you might feel like you are emotionally supported, but you're actually emotionally stuck, and that person is keeping you in their swirl, and you can't expand and manifest shit out of your swirl. And we realizing that, okay, we getting smarter in how we communicate, in how we be in the world. We're not getting too much attached, and you are realizing, bro, I was getting too attached in my relationships. I was getting, or somebody else was getting too attached, or the whole world is too attached to relationships and shit, and you're realizing how to not be so influenced and stuck in those vortexes and swirls of relationships and being relatable and looking cute and looking nice and trying to manipulate others through your words and thoughts. Alright, let's go into the 8th house. Deep relationships, deep transformations. Okay, we already got a card. 10 of Wands. Yeah, because the sun is going to the Scorpio. It's new moon in Scorpio in this moon quarter right now. So it's going to be a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of imagination, a lot of intention, a lot of tension, a lot of excitement, a lot of desire, a lot of creativity, a lot of movement, a lot of heat, a lot of good JC meals and taste, and just super intense, super fiery, super spiritual as well. So 10 of Wands, there we go. Beautiful card as well. Indeed, let's go. Let's go into the 9th house. The house, the space where the constellation that we call Sagittarius was born out of, and deals with wisdom, knowledge, how you get and how you express your wisdom and knowledge, mainly from spirituality. Not as much, but also from books and science and shit like that. And the spiritual card, the focus card, is mutable air, which is Gemini. So by default, we are learning how to be more smart and to be more logical when communicating our visions, imaginations, and spiritual belief systems. And how is that? Manifesting in real people, places, and things. How? Okay, 2 cards? No, 1 card. No 2 cards in here, just 1. Right, just 1, let's go. Ooh, nice, 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so that learning lesson will make us able to pay attention, bring power, control, authority, and external attention to your business, to your situations, to your security, to your structure, to your manifestations, and your responsibilities. Okay, so if you have nothing in there, you and others will see that, and somebody can try and take power over you, because they be like, oh, that person, they are not paying attention to their business, so we can use them to pay attention to our business and grow our business. Where you should be, all right, paying attention, bringing power, control, and authority to your business, so others can bring also attention, movement, fluidity, liquidity, currency to your business. Yeah, am I right? Yeah. Hell yeah. Six of Pentacles. By the way, guys, today I was live on Twitch playing Pokemon Unite, and I was live on my YouTube gaming channel as also gaming, playing Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke. It was a lot of fun. Both of those streams, you can check both of those pages by following the links in the description down below. And leave that like. Let's send that like to the spiritual realm so it can chill over there with us. Real close to all possibilities. So, 10,000. Alright? How you create your status, how you create a vision that you want others to see you in that way. But that's kinda impossible, but you gotta still have that image anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's Capricorn, it's internal side of Saturn, shit go deep. Oh, it's Three of Swords as well. Alright? Yeah, because we communicating in new ways, we thinking in new ways, we associating in new ways or in new places or with new spirits. So we are being aware of what others think about our status because you are creating new communications, you are creating new conversations. So imagine you don't speak too much with that person, but now you are engaging more. They can tell you how they see you, they can tell you what they think about your business. But if you never initiated that conversation before, you wouldn't be aware of what they think about you. And through a person or a place, you can know how your surroundings think about you and your business. You can know what others be gossiping and talking about your status and your business. You know what I'm saying? Another Three of Swords.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
In the 10th house. Oh, and it's in the house that trines the second house. It's also in the earth house. So we got the same energy for fixed earth and cardinal earth. So when you create and when you are fixed about your business, status, reality, and being practical, you will be aware of what others think and communicate. You can be aware of what you think and communicate about your values and your status and about others' values and others' status. So it can be a lot of communication, a lot of gossip about your circumstance. You might be gossiping too much about others' circumstances. That's why 9th house, spirituality, paying attention to your goddamn business. Keep your nose on your goddamn. Bring power and control to your goddamn business. And if others trying to bring power and control to your business, you bring some morality to their asses. You bring some fire, but cute, but sweet, but still fucking hot. You know what I'm saying? So let's go into the 11th house, the male side, the external, the not male, the masculine side of Saturn, aka Aquarius, fixed air, okay? Associations, organizations, science, occultism, huge communities of Pokemon, Minecraft, Yu-Gi-Oh, huge communities of taking care of animals, even that shit, taking animal shelters, that's Aquarius, organizations, infrastructures that take care of lower animalistic people that because the shadow government, they, they be really thinking that the humanitarian, oh, we see ourselves in a lighter way, in a higher way, and we take care of people, fourth house, health system, insurance companies, and we provide them structure, Capricorn, entertainment, Leo, politics, Aquarius. We create all those infrastructures and all those mindsets, Aquarius, and they're really thinking the humanitarians. But that's Aquarius. You create, basically, you take Leo, paying attention, being fixed, and you create many things, many minds, but that everybody's thinking and communicating in one way about those different minds, about those different things. And what I'm saying? That's the 11th house. Also, associations, uniqueness, individuality, rebelliousness, opposition, newness, change. Alright? Changing the world, innovation, machinery, making something faster, more efficient. Yeah, that's kind of Virgo. Yeah, Aquarius and Virgos have a lot of similarities, yeah. And I shared a good relationship with a Virgo, and I recognize that we have a lot of similar traits. I'm just more lighter, I'm a bit more spiritual, and I do not want to be a fucking slave to the system. He's fine. He wants to be that. He's that. Actually, he recently got a job in infrastructure of the system. You know what I'm saying? So, but in the 11th house, we have Two of Cups. That's actually very good. It might feel weird, but it's not, okay? Because that house, it's detached, it's separated, it likes to ghost, it likes to be unique and different. And that's cool, because we have Two of Cups. So we have real, deep, spiritually, private, internal relationships, conversations, communications, and interactions. So that means that through your associations, through talking and communicating in your own fixed way, through sharing your fixed, real, non-emotional vision about the world and organizations in it and the infrastructures in it and how the world is evolving or devolving, you can connect with real, spiritual, wise beings. Or you might not find anybody and you'll be like, I only got me. And that might be the most powerful relationship you might ever find in this fucking life. And then you just chill with somebody. It's not my case. I have a real relationship, spiritual ship, but some spiritual people, especially if you don't change your surroundings, if you don't change locations, because sometimes you really outgrow your location, your spirit is wiser than the spirit, your space is wiser than your current space. So if you don't change to a bigger space, you have to just be like, okay, I'm the smartest, wisest guy, girl over here. Let me just pick the most chill, less bitchy, kind of entertaining person in this area to chill with. And that's cool. You don't, this world, these people down here focus too much on relationships. 90% of the world doesn't even know what a spiritual ship is. You know what I'm saying? They be afraid of that. They be thinking that's weird. They be thinking that the right way to have a relationship, like, I'm in a relationship with you, you support my business, I support my business. If not, or it's like we doing the same business. We might do it in different ways, in different platforms, but we're doing the same business. That's why we're together. Not just because we watch the same shows as well, but not just. Because I think right now, something that most people need to work on is like, the guy works in a factory, the girl works in the office, and you spend a lot of time physically and mentally away from each other. Because then when you come home, you don't have a common goal. Oh, let's grow this YouTube channel. Let's make music. We both like to watch anime. Let's share the world, our views are about anime and our preference about our name, or let's show how we think the world should be going. Something that you should. No, you just come from work, from different spaces, and you still be in those different spaces. You don't come to a common space. That's not real. That's not a real relationship. All right. But BS. But lastly, but not least, not east, powerful Pisces. Shout out to Pisces, our slowpoke on Pokemon Soul Silver. Nuzlocke, he just soloed the fighting type gym. Oh, spoilers, shit. Let's go. 12th house, dreams, illusions, deep, wide, going on for eons and ages, dreams, illusions, and imaginations, but also deep, wide, going for eons and ages, crystals, gems, excitement, connection, sharing your acidity, sharing your stuff, creating worlds within worlds, creating pockets within pockets, exalted in sharing, exalted in love, exalted in creating a lot of juices, sauces, interactions as well. But mutable air is Gemini. So by default, we are learning how to be more real, how to be more detached, how to be more logical and intelligent in that area of our life during this moon quarter by default. So go all in your dreams, talking about yours, just like the 9th house, but in a more deep, way more deep, meaningful way and committed. Sometimes too much. So that's, and I was about to say, Pisces need to learn from Sagittarius. That's true. It's a square as well. All right, it's a square as well with Sagittarius, Pisces. Okay, because sometimes Pisces, Sagittarius be hoeing around, jumping from space to space, and Pisces be too much in the same space, physically and emotionally, but their spirit is hoeing around with the Sagittarius. Kid you not, many Pisces are the ones that receive all the stories from the whole Sag friend. I'm not. I'm lying. You had a Sag friend that was hoeing around, and she'll come back. She'll go to your house.
My ears around.
Real shit. This shit don't lie, because she was like, your spirit was like, I need to learn some, not that much. I don't need to learn that much, but I need to learn something from that spirit that is all ready to jump from feelings to doesn't even emote, doesn't even connect, just jumping around excited and happy. Because Pisces get exalted in Venus and can spend too much time in a relationship that they should have ended eons ago. Different lifetime, same relationship. No. Not this moon quarter where you're getting more smarter and detached about associating yourself. Alright? Let's see how is that reacting in our 12th house. Bro, this shit don't lie. Right. Tower. The tower. Oh, yeah. Because every time you bring reality to a Pisces, it feels their world is falling. Okay. Okay.
Just feels like it. Okay, chill.
Chill.
It just feels like.
Oh, do I have the tower in here? This is the number 16? I don't have the tower here. If it has, it will say I have a duplicate here. No, I don't have. Alright. Well, that's all you see now. That's what this moon quarter going to be for in our 12th house. We just see Mars,
It's gonna be
passion, transformation.
war.
But do you know that originally Mars was known as the god of agriculture and seeds? Because you really need some power and intention to be working the ground, putting the seed, trusting your survival in that seed.
Yeah.
And if the crop goes wrong, your whole building, you're counting on that, you work so hard, but it rained too much, your crop is down, your whole world just fell. You know what I'm saying? Now they call it Mars because we use this energy in different ways, but it's still the same thing.
Because it's like you prepping your whole stage, your whole
Yeah, it is.
motivation for what you do.
So you need to tear down the old stage.
Yeah.
You need to, and
It's like
people-
the old plants from the last year. You
have to take care of. You have to take
all of that down so you can start the new.
And many basic tarot readers, they associate the tower with destruction, death, bad moments. But that's only because the world is too attached. The world, 90% of the world is lost into attachment. They are afraid of Uriel. They are afraid of Libra, creating new ways to think. They're afraid of Scorpio, being fixed on your own world, so you detach from the external world. They're afraid of Sag, going around, jumping around from space to space. People are afraid of that. That's why they be taking Uriel out of the Bible. And I'm not even talking about Dolo the Pilot Man. I'm talking about that ability of separating. They don't want you to know that that's good for you and that you should do that, because then you can do that out of their system. You can separate from their system. You can still be in their system, but you're not attached. And that's what Dolo the Pilot Man says. Use that as a bitch. You are there physically, but not spiritually. Okay, that's what the tower represents. Okay, you have to let some physical, emotional thing go. You have to take your mind, be logical, and be realistic, and you need to go there and break your tower. And that's really hard to do. All right? Because sometimes life does that for you, or the universe, or your spirit, whatever. But now I think you really have to do it.
It's like you waiting for Pluto to change your life.
Oh, you're gonna go to another world.
That's exactly why
True,
Pluto is at home
yeah.
in Scorpio.
True.
You know,
Because
really.
when you don't do it, you accumulate,
Yeah.
accumulate.
If you don't initiate
Yeah.
with Aries,
True.
you're gonna get the other side, which is
Scorpio, and that's misunderstanding. You accumulated too much,
and you
now.
have to transform for real. It's not you going in and already making the point across, but you waiting or you getting that done by the world to you.
Beautiful. What do you think about this reading, Dario?
I like it. It's very
Me too.
very interesting.
I like the card number 0. It's because the spirit we live in, it's very lost in its desires. So it's now going through a more logical, separating, being joker, playing some mental games. It means it's not so attached. It's not so much looking for validation and wanting to be fucked. I'm ready to be some time alone. I'm ready to not give a fuck about you bitches, but act like I do, but I'm not. Okay, don't be too much like that. But because the spirit you live in is too lost in not doing that, it's good that it's doing that. Then you have the sun in the first house. Let's go by crosses. So cardinal cross, sun, 8 of cups, justice, 3 of swords. Okay, your relationships might tone down your personal expression, and you gotta bring balance by showing that you know some shit about yourself and the world. Alright? Fixed cross.
Three swords.
Wait. King of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, Ten of Wands, and Three of Swords. So, in order to be fixed and loyal to your individuality during this moon quarter, you have to create, you have to have something to for others to support, and you gotta bring this to the table, which is new ways to conduct business and to be stable. But you might need to force yourself to go really deep into the people, places, and things that you are supporting. And that might bring too much emotion, too much passion when it's time to be aware of what's going on in your relationships and your business. Because yeah, it's very spiritual, it's very deep when it comes to your just being fixed on your own individuality and uniqueness. What do you think about that?
Mm-hmm. That's interesting that 10 of wands in the
8th house.
8th house. So
Trining the tower in the 12th house.
yeah, it kind of correlates also to the 12th house.
Yeah.
That transformational aspect, like you
True.
going deep with that internal fire, you know, really getting that fire up under your acids,
Yeah.
as if you don't have a choice there, you know.
And
Just
then
what's gonna be.
you claim justice in the water trine.
Oh yeah.
You go through that internal transformation to claim
Yeah.
your power, to
Your
claim your
power.
worth. Yeah.
Forth in your heart.
Indeed.
You
Then
know.
we have the mutable cross, which is the Six of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Magician, and the Tower. Okay, so when it's time to associate and be in the world, you gotta first pay attention to your business, then spend a lot of time in your spirituality to be able to transmute and transform and build something new in your spiritual realm that manifests into something physical. Then we have the fire trine, which is the Sun, King of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. Wow! By bringing attention to your personality, you can create new ways to bring power and control over your business. Then you have the water trine. In order to claim power and justice to yourself and your heart space, you have to bring a lot of fire. You might even go through some explosions in order to tear down your old dreams and illusions, in order to bring new dreams and illusions, new deep connections that are backed and supported by justice for you. And then you have the earth trine, which is Three of Swords, and the Magician. That's great. That's great. You can be aware of a lot of ways to think clearly, to think lighter, to think in a better way, and to transmute your physical circumstances. Oh, I missed the air trine. Of course, in course, fucking air signs. Okay, then we have the air trine, which is reverse Eight of Cups, Two of Cups, and Eight of Wands. Very spiritual when it's about your relationships, okay? So when it's about your spirituality, you start with paying attention and express it, your spirituality. Pay attention and express it, create new ways to be stable, and then pay attention to what you do that is backed and supported by your individuality. When it comes to your emotions and feelings, you have to start by creating balance in order to be able to go fully deep in order to build a new dream and illusion. When it comes to your relationships and just conversating and connecting, you have to start by resolving some deep emotional states so you can get fixed in real, emotional, juicy relationships so you can find great spiritual support in your surroundings. And when it comes to your stability, status, and infrastructure, you should start by being more aware of what others talking about, what you can do, what you can't do, what others think that you can't and cannot do. Then you have to be aware of what others think about your values and what others think about what you think about their values. And you have to be aware what others think about what you think about what they think about your values, in order to be able to transmute and transform everything that comes into your business, routines, patterns, and the way you organize yourself. Beautiful, beautiful reading, guys. Remember that you can ask me a reading, and I see you next time. Static Cloud Surfer, surfing out.